Since the beginning of civilization, human beings have sought to understand both the divine and physical worlds. And over time, two branches of knowledge have evolved to address similar questions, namely spirituality and science. But as science delves further into the unknown, we find that scientific research is merging with ancient spiritual insights about God, the Creator and Absolute, as revealed in many of the world's scriptures. In recent years, as the spiritual elevation of the Earth has been increasing, scientists have spent more time researching the aspects of science which are closely aligned with the divine. And as a result, scientists have made some amazing discoveries, such as one particle existing simultaneously in two places, the third eye, the aura, the power of prayer, and the zero-point field. It seems we have reached the golden age, where science and spirituality walk together hand in hand. Since the time of Galileo, astronomers have looked up to the night sky, all yearning for the same thing, to see more and farther into the heavens. As technology evolved, we've been able to build powerful telescopes and observatories that allowed us to see light years into our solar system and even beyond. However, no matter how powerful the lens, there was one obstacle that remained: the atmosphere. In protecting her inhabitants, the Earth's atmosphere blocks or distorts the light reaching the Earth. The only way to completely overcome this barrier is to place the telescope beyond the atmosphere. And that is exactly what scientists did in 1990 with the launch of the Hubble Space Telescope. When the Hubble Space Telescope first began to send back images of what it saw, scientists were reportedly ecstatic. They could see known objects in outer space with unprecedented clarity and unimagined detail. They looked as far as they could with Hubble's eyes, and one by one, the images it returned brought scientists a tremendous wealth of information. Information that truly transformed how we view our universe. At the same time, the sheer beauty of these images was such that whoever saw them was utterly in awe. This is our universe. In today's program, we'll explore the wonders of our universe through the eyes of the Hubble Space Telescope. Science and spirituality will return after these messages.
We'll be right back after a brief message.
Since the beginning of civilization, humans have sought to understand both the divine. It seems we have reached the golden age, where science and spirituality walk together hand in hand.
Welcome back to Science and Spirituality.
Thanks for joining us again on Science and Spirituality as we learn about the Hubble Space Telescope and what it has shown us about the wonders of the cosmos like no other telescope ever has. Our universe is unimaginably vast. In between enormous stretches of emptiness, there are countless galaxies, each in turn containing billions and billions of stars of all ages. The light emitted by these stars travels infinitely across space. The Hubble telescope is able to collect this light when it finally reaches its mirror, sometimes after thousands or millions or billions of years of travel. Billions of light years away, deep in outer space, lie the farthest galaxies of the cosmos. In an observation project called Hubble Deep Field, scientists were able to take a picture of some of these most distant galaxies. Because the light from these galaxies had been traveling for billions of years, the image Hubble received is a snapshot of ancient cosmic history, showing the events occurring near the beginning of our universe. To produce this image, scientists had to choose the most unremarkable patch of night sky, so that nearer objects would not block the view into the deepest reaches. Then Hubble watched the night sky continuously for 10 days. In all, 350 images were collected. Scientists took so many images that they could remove the irrelevant particles that were also detected. These irrelevant objects would move from image to image. What remained still were the youngest galaxies all the way at the edge of the universe. By using 3 different colored filters, scientists were able to piece together the final Hubble Deep Field image. On October 9, 1604, something happened in the western sky. A star suddenly flared up brighter than all the rest. The telescope hadn't been invented at the time, so for centuries sky watchers have studied this phenomena, the brightening of stars as they neared the end of their lives. Today, we have space telescopes like Hubble that can help us learn more about the heavens. When stars die, they often create great clouds of gas and dust that take on beautiful shapes, like sculptures of light. Until recently, astronomers believed these nebulae were simple bubbles of gas. But the Hubble Space Telescope has revealed that these nebulae have structures of surprising complexity. Intricate and elegant, each nebula has a characteristic of its own. Nicknamed the ant nebula for having the shape of the head and body of an ant, this nebula shows multiple shells of gas being ejected by a star that is visible in the center. Scientists were amazed to see this image because the explosion has unexpected symmetrical patterns, unlike the spherical pattern that is expected from a normal explosion. Although the scientists have a few hypotheses to explain this unusual shape, they have still yet to find out. Hubble has also contributed greatly to showing us the existence of many planetary disks of gas and dust around young stars that will form into planets. Stellar gas contains elements such as carbon and iron, which could form planets like our Earth, and even people like us. According to Dr. Ed Weiler of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, the purpose of Hubble goes beyond astrophysics. For example, it can help humankind explore answers to fundamental and philosophical questions such as, how did the universe originate? How did we get here? Where are we going? And are we all alone? With all the stunningly clear images being provided by Hubble, Hubble's discoveries are already changing our view of the cosmos. When we return, we learn how stunning images were made from the Hubble Space Telescope. You are watching Science and Spirituality on Supreme Master Television.
We'll be right back after this brief message.
Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue and gray. Look out in the summer's day, with eyes that watch the world and can forget, like the strangers that you met, the ragged man, the ragged clothes, silver thorns and the bloody rose, lie crushed and broken on the virgin snow. Now I think I know what you try to say to me, how you suffer for your sanity, how you try to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they still listen now. Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue and gray. Look out in the summer's day, with eyes that watch the world and can forget, like the strangers that you met, the ragged man, the ragged clothes, silver thorns and the bloody rose, lie crushed and broken on the virgin snow. Now I think I know what you try to say to me, how you suffer for your sanity, how you try to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they still listen now.
Welcome back to Science and Spirituality.
Our discussion today is about the Hubble Space Telescope, considered to be the most productive space instrument in history. The Hubble Space Telescope is a small satellite the size of a large bus, floating 596 kilometers above the Earth. It spins around the Earth at an astonishing speed of 8 kilometers per second, completing one orbit every 97 minutes. As it travels, Hubble's camera captures light, and lots of it. In fact, the telescope's power is determined not by its ability to magnify objects, but by how much light it is able to collect. The mirror of the Hubble telescope is 2.4 meters in diameter. It is small compared to current ground-based telescopes, but its location beyond the atmosphere gives it astonishing clarity. The human eye is capable of seeing a narrow range of the light waves that actually exist. The spectrum of these visible light waves appear to our eye as the different colors of the rainbow. But the Hubble is able to see a far greater range of light radiation, from infrared to X-rays. When the light is collected, it is sent to the powerful cameras inside Hubble. Special filters are used to allow only a certain range of light waves. Then, different pictures can be created, each making visible a different kind of light. These are what are then beamed back to the scientists on Earth. Certain images can tell astronomers valuable information. Then, carefully, they can choose which colors to use in creating a composite image. When put together, beautiful colored images result. These impressive pictures are actually the creation of a team of scientists and non-scientists at the Space Telescope Science Institute in Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Working closely with NASA, the Hubble Heritage Project sees the Hubble Space Telescope as a tool for extending human vision, something that can build a bridge between the endeavors of scientists and the public. By emphasizing compelling Hubble images distilled from scientific data, they hope to pique curiosity about the universe we all inhabit. Astronomical detectors are much more sensitive than the human eye, so the final images are not restricted to the scope of the human visual perception, either in brightness or in spectral range. Color assignments and brightness contrasts help emphasize subtle structures and physical processes. Other Hubble discoveries cannot easily be shown through these images. For example, Hubble has discovered that an energy is pervading the entire universe. This energy is speeding up the expansion of the universe and exerting a greater influence on the universe than anything we can see. Thanks to the Hubble Space Telescope, we are learning that what we see isn't all there is. More and more answers are expected to come as scientists around the world share in looking through these marvelous eyes. What's more, the future generation of space telescopes is being designed right now and may be launched as early as 2011. It is expected that they will be even bigger and even more sensitive, with 10 times the light gathering power, and images 1,000 times more sensitive than the Hubble. Soon we will be able to see the farthest reaches of the universe, and thereby look back in time, back to the era when the galaxies first formed. Today we have begun this exciting journey through space and time. Through our ever-developing technologies, we are being shown more and more the myriads of galaxies, all pulsating with energy and moving with never-ending activity. It can be astounding to imagine that we are not just observers, but a very part of one of these amazing galaxies in the cosmos. At the least, we may never look at the quiet night sky to our window in the same way again. Thank you for joining us on Science and Spirituality. Up next is Words of Wisdom, right after noteworthy news, here on Supreme Master Television.